and himself, Monju, passed away in 2012. Now, why are these two guys very important? They're probably the two most important sons of Sadler's Wells, and that's where you saw a skeleton inside in the museum. So these guys are the two most important sons of Sadler's Wells. He is the highest rated racehorse of a son of Sadler's Wells to retire. So it shows how good of a racehorse he was, as well as the great Galileo, who needs no introduction. So if you want to keep following me up this way, guys, we're just going to stop in up here at the next statue as well. Does anyone any questions about them? Guys, if you all just want to form a line this side, and we'll all keep on this side of the road. Again, just mind yourselves there, guys.
What do you think, darling? Do you like it?
Yeah, lovely.
Has anybody any questions at all? We're all okay for the moment?
Yeah.
Come up here around this statue here, we'll talk a bit more, and I'll try and explain things a bit better then as well when we all get up here. But again, if you want to come on to the tarmac around as well, around the far side there, guys, we'll all keep our space then. You get a good read of the plaque when you go by, and then I'll explain it to you as best as I can. There's many people here that doesn't have much of an interest in horses at all. Anyone?
Love them.
Oh, that's perfect. You love the tractors though, don't you? But guys...
And I love this horse too.
Yes. So we're just going to
That's a magnificent statue, by the way.
It is one of the best statues I've ever
Is
seen.
he's still around, isn't he?
He is, but he's not in this farm. He's down in Fermoy, Cork, a stud farm called Castle High, yeah. Where
How old is he now? How old is the eighth now?
He is 23 himself, I think, actually.
God, he looks magnificent.
20, he's 20, sorry. He's 20, so he's born in 2001 there. That's how I know. Don't know his exact birthday.
So he's Galileo's half-brother then?
Pardon?
He's Galileo's half-brother.
On his father's side, he would be, yeah. Does anybody not know what a Group 1 race is? Because I'm going to start talking a bit about that now. Does everyone understand? You don't, do you? You do?
She's brainwashed. Yeah.
Reluctantly. Yeah, that's fair enough. So what a Group 1 race is, we've got the Olympics coming up this year. It's the equine equivalent of an Olympic gold medal. So horses race across various distances, just like the human counterparts. So you've got sprinters. You're going to see a sprinter in 10 sovereigns. So he's like your Usain Bolt. Yates, he was like your Mo Farah, the long distance runner. So you're going to see different types of horses, different types of distances, but all they're champions. That's what they're here for. They've all won, we'll say, at least one Olympic gold medal of sort, and now they're producing sons and daughters to do the same. So this horse here, like the two guys down below, is a very good racehorse, and he actually won 7 Group 1s in his lifetime. And his biggest claim to fame, this is Yates of course, guys, sorry, is he won 4 Royal Ascot Gold Cups. Now, the Royal Ascot Gold Cup is one of the most prestigious races ever across the world, but especially at Royal Ascot, the festival which was ran in the second week of June. But he is the only horse in that history of, we'll say, about 200 years the race has been running for, to win it 4 times. A horse this year called Stradivarius came very close. He won it 3 times in a row, but it couldn't do it the 4th. So it just proves how good of a racehorse this guy was. Now this statue is done by a guy called Charlie Longston, as far as I know. Fantastic sculptor. Now he's done 3 of these. One is in the ring in Royal Ascot, the parade ring. One is standing here in front of you today, and the other one is up in the breeder's garden, so just like we're just outside Mr. Magner's house. The breeder, David Nagel. So he bred Yates, who again is a son of Sadler's Wells, as I said. He has this statue up in his stud farm as well. So there's one thing that I want you to see, can you point out in this statue, that's a bit quirky. There's a little trademark, and any notice what's there or what's not there. I'll give you a clue with that.
It's trademark.
There's a trademark in the sculptors, like any good artist. They think it's something. Do you have it?
No.
Anybody?
Should we be able to see it from here?
It's staring you right in the eyes, we'll put it that way. Well done.
He's what?
He's no eyes. So if you look here,
Yeah.
he's no eyes. So it's just a little.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just a little something to do that the sculptor liked. It's like his little sort of trademark. So it's quite interesting. But
he has eyes in real life though.
he does, yeah. I remember I always say to people now, because I used to, when I started doing the tours, I would have came up here 10 to 20 times a week. Drove past that statue so
I've
many
been
times.
here 2 years ago and I never
I
noticed that.
went out with a tour with a guy and he goes, can anyone point out what's wrong with the statue or what's missing? And he goes,
I
"Don't
never-
say anything, Jack."
I never noticed that 2 years. I was here 2 years ago and I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's something just a little quirky.
I presume it was deliberate.
Oh, it's deliberate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So guys, you want to follow me this way and we'll head into the stallion yard. Just a little quirk. You know, like say, for like a Picasso, there's some sort of trademark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a method to the madness, you might say. So to the younger kids, especially this young man here, keep them interested. Now for your sister, you're going to try to win a racehorse for her, okay?
Oh, there he is.
Okay? So you win a competition, your sister wins a horse, okay?
Oh, there. Happy now.
So you like building things. You like tractors, so you must like building things. Yeah. You did Lego and all that. Did you ever think about building a tree house? No. You might have to now, okay? So the competition is if you can build this tree house on your own. No, actually, I'll leave your sister help, okay? See if she's going to get the horse. If you can build this tree house on your own with your sister, with your bare hands, no one else helping, I'll give you all the supplies. You can take home a horse, okay?
Oh, now.
So I'm going to show it to you now in a couple of minutes, okay? Yeah. It's the easiest way we get to sell the horses out here.
Sophie's always been asking for a horse.
Now's your chance.
Lucky to me, so.
Do you want to come over here with me? Guys, if you want to just turn underneath, go back there. That's the treehouse. Oh yeah, treehouse.
Oh, Liam. Over here.
Alright, Liam, I'd say that'll only take about 5 minutes.
Look, wow.
How fancy is that?
We'll get it on the way back out as well, guys. We'll be coming back out.
Oh my goodness, how cool is that, Liam?
Yeah. You have to have it done by the end of the tour, okay? A lot of terms and conditions involved.
Looking cool in here, isn't it?
Guys, if you just want to stand, you see, just around the grass there, looking in at the statue.
Yeah, Darling.
Oh, Jack, there is an eye.
No, is he working this week? He'll pop his head out somewhere, I'm sure.
Who's that now?
So this is Sadler's Wells.
Oh, this is Galileo, sir. Yeah.
So
Can you
this
get
is
some
where the
footage of
whole
that?
legacy. So we talk
On my
about,
phone?
as I said already, Mr. Magner and his legacy with his sons. You actually saw two of his sons already today in MV and JP. But
Do the date there, will you?
that legacy with the family is obviously going to continue on to their sons, and it's going to keep running through with the
Galileo,
Magner
sir.
family.
Galileo, sir.
This guy, Sadler's Wells, he started off and he pretty much epitomises everything you see here today. Without this guy, there would be no Coolmore. And without his father, Northern Dancer, there certainly wouldn't be anything like we see here.
The woman Galileo.
Yes, exactly. So the whole way it started off was with Coolmore and how this legacy became was John Magner, Vincent O'Brien and Robert Sangster. They used to go over to America. That's where the best bred horses were after, say, the World War. So all of our best horses went
Liam, I
over
wanted to do
America
this for
and stayed
that.
over there. So after that then, they started to buy the best 2-year-olds, 5 best yearlings, bring them back here. Vincent O'Brien would then train them in Ballydoyle, and they'd be the next crop of superstars. Or that was the idea behind it anyway. After the race, they didn't have the stud farm set up properly at the time. So what they used to do was they'd sell them back to America. So then the brainwave, the light bulb moment went off in their head and said, why don't we, instead of selling them, keep them here and stand them and breed the next generation instead of having to go back and buy the next generation again the next year. That's where they came from. So they went over and the the big stallion at the time over there was a horse called Northern Dancer. The Northern Dancer, he was a Canadian bred horse, but he won the Kentucky Derby. Some of you might have heard the Kentucky Derby. So that's like a classic race. So there's 5 classic races in America, 5 classic races in Ireland, 5 classic races in England, all for 3-year-old horses, and they are like the cream of the crop. So if you win Sadler's Wells, he won a classic race. He is the cream of the crop, and that's normally when you get the best bred horses then. Sorry. But after that then you start to think about they can be a great racehorse, doesn't mean they're going to be a great stallion. This is where he came into his own. So at the age of 3 he was retired to stud here back in 1984. No one ever knew what he was going to be back then. He wasn't even the best 3-year-old. He wasn't even the best horse of his generation when he was in
So anyway, it's just the day was the 15th of July 2021.
But this guy, as
We're
I
in
said, came
Coolmore
into
Stud,
his own when he
the
stood
tour.
here in Coolmore.
We're at
And in
Coolmore
that
Stud
time
Tour.
he was a
Got to
champion
introduce the date,
sire
sorry folks.
14 times.
We're at
Now what
Coolmore
is a
Stud
champion
Tour.
sire? So each year
15th of July
there's
2021.
a title.
And
we'll
this
say,
is Sadler's
to
Wells
be
statue
crowned the
here.
best stallion, the
Star
best
of
stallion
Galilee.
of the year, we'll call it that. And I can see lots of champions here anyway. But after that, how do you crown them? So pretty much the race horses, they race for prize money. So whichever sons and daughters throughout the year accumulate the most prize money from January to January, that stallion is then crowned the champion sire. Ever since 1988 or 89, I'm not sure the exact year, no stallion outside of Coolmore, outside of the walls you see here, has won that title. Every year, a stallion from this farm since 1989 has won that. We're now in what, 2021? It's a long time ago. And that's a lot of it down to this guy. So he had 75 different sons and daughters to win at least one Group 1. And as you saw, 3 of them out there, between those 3 guys, they all have 14 Group 1s between them. So that's 14 Olympic gold medals if you want to put it that way. So although some of them might only won 1, some of them can go on to win 7, 6, 5, so many. And they, as I said, there he is. That's it. Any questions about him? No? We're all happy? Let's go down and see.
Well, how did he die? He died in 2011, didn't he?
He died at the age of 30, just died of old age. He was
With old age,
it was
yeah.
his time to move on. He was very old. He
Yeah.
never had any problems. He
It was 2011 when he died, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2011.
10 years ago, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. You take a photo of his name there, Liam, as well.
Do you want to stand in and take a picture? As in, do you want to stand in for the picture? No, are you sure?
Guys, you're going to come over here. We sort of form like a semicircle around it.
Who's this?
Be careful.
Who's this now?
Names above the doors of the name of the stallions. This is Australia.
Australia.
Names on the side of the doors are old stallions that unfortunately have passed away that used to
This
stand
is,
in this box. So we want to keep the legacy going. So when this guy becomes a great stallion, which he already is,
This is Galileo's son,
passes on.
Geraldine.
he's going to move.
This is Galileo's son.
So this guy is Australia, as we said. He's 10 years of age.
Could I pet him?
We're going to not do that today, unfortunately, because he might bite. He is actually quite good, but normally they can bite.
He's a
just for
beauty.
your own
He's
sake.
an absolute beauty. I'm not too keen on the name, though.
I don't know. I like the name.
I know. I'm not too
it's
sure.
suits him.
What's his fee?
His fee is at the moment is 25,000.
It's not really that much, is it?
Well, if you have 25,000, it might be to you, but to me it's a lot of money.
It's not nothing compared to his dad.
Nothing
No.
compared to his dad, but no one can ever compare to his dad. That's what a lot of people need to remember as well. And we all need.
And how's he doing with them covers and stuff?
He's
And
doing very good at the moment. He's getting very popular. So he now had one of his first Group 1 winners this year in Broome.
yeah.
Some of you guys might have heard of Broome.
No, I haven't.
Broome's younger brother, who again is a son of this guy, won in Royal Ascot as well. So he has 3 individual Group 1 winners.
Yeah.
Broome, who
I've never heard of him now. Who's he? I never heard of him.
Broome is trained by Aidan O'Brien,
Right.
and he again son of this guy, and he won a Group 1 in France there 3 weeks ago.
All right.
He's 5 years of age, and who knows, maybe next year we'll have the first son of Australia.
And many mares did he cover this year?
This guy
So far?
covered, on average, he covered about 180 mares.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, he's doing quite well for himself at the moment. Very busy.
Very busy, yeah.
And he's only going to get more popular. So he's starting to get very, very good mares, very good race horses out in the track. And as
Yeah.
that goes on and on and on, he'll get more better.
He's an absolute beauty.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a pity I can't touch him. I'd love to touch it.
Anyone any questions about him? Yeah.
Did Coolmore send many of their own mares from this year?
They would have, yeah. They would have always been a very good supporter of him. It's actually probably what kept him going during his.
What about mares? What about mares of mother studs? If a mother studs like the Irish National, from the Irish National Stud, would any of ones from the Irish National Stud cover with them?
Every stud would send a horse.
Yeah.
You know, like we send horses to Godolphin, we send horses to the Irish National Stud. There'd be horses coming from everywhere. A lot of the horses that are even on the farm here,
Yeah.
we stand mares for Juddmonte.
Oh yeah.
Come here to these stallions. So at all times.
And Enable will probably cover with them now.
No, Enable actually covered to Kingman.
I know, but eventually she probably cover
might.
with them.
You never know.
Yeah, I never know. Yeah.
If he turns out to be the best, he might.
Yeah.
So guys, if you want to take a couple of pictures from there, I'll just take this for 2 seconds. Hello.